Dear students, we have discussed about various different organizational structures in multinational companies and how the process of internationalization that affects the structure of an organization and how does the structure of the organization it evolves. We have talked about different models and different type of structures that are available to be adopted in academic literature. In this topic, we are going to talk about a particular case study of an organization. It is a very well-known organization. I think everybody knows the name. We are going to talk about the Toyota company, and we are going to talk about the Toyota way, how they keep their organizational structure intact and how do they manage their international operations as far as organizational structure is concerned. Uske liye wo kya karte hain? So, as we discussed in the previous topic, that Japanese companies, they have a centralized kind of approach to organizational structures. They don't want to give too much autonomy to their foreign subsidiaries, yet they want their subsidiaries to be effective and working according to the requirement of the context. So how do they do that? How do they actually make it successful? They have made a Toyota way. Yani Toyota mein kaam karne ka kya tarika hai? They have actually formalized it and they inculcate it in their human resource very formally. So let's take a look. Over here you can see that this is a production floor of Toyota in USA. This is showing that this particular person is working on some kind of charts, and complicated and complex charts are a part of the Toyota way. So this picture is showing one aspect of the Toyota way, that they make sure that their systems and their processes and flow that is depicted and illustrated in the form of complex and very much informative charts, which are then displayed in various parts of their physical facilities, in their offices, in their production floors, and various places where it is required. So that is one aspect. Let's look at some details about the Toyota company. It has got, according to 2017-18 statistics, it has got 350 employees working in 27 plants worldwide, out of which 18 plants are in Japan. So most of their production facilities are in Japan, but some other production facilities are also in other parts of the world. Yet, although they have kept themselves so centralized and they have kept their business in a family kind of a structure, they are second ranked in global sales. And in 2017, Toyota sold 10.2 million vehicles all over the world. 10.2 million vehicles all over the world. That means that it is a huge organization with global production facilities, and they are tapping the entire global market and also working worldwide with production facilities all over the world. Yet they want to keep their company values intact. For that, what they have done is that they have established the Toyota Institute at Makabe, Japan. So this works as a kind of corporate university in which corporate values, strategies, they are devised and planned out, and then they are translated and communicated to people who are responsible for driving action throughout the world. सो करते क्या हैं कि वो अपने मैनेजर्स को यहाँ टोयोटा इंस्टीट्यूट में, विच इज़ देयर कॉर्पोरेट यूनिवर्सिटी, वहाँ उनको लेकर आते हैं, वहाँ उनको ट्रेन करते हैं, उनको अपने कल्चर के एस्पेक्ट्स से इंट्रोड्यूस करवाते हैं, और फिर दे मेक श्योर कि वो उन कल्चरल एस्पेक्ट्स को, उनके टोयोटा वे को ले जाके तो अपने फॉरेन ऑपरेशंस में इनकलकेट करवाएं. जो इनका टोयोटा इंस्टीट्यूट का जनरल मैनेजर है कोकी कोनिशी, उसकी ये स्टेटमेंट है कि वी मस्ट प्रिवेंट द टोयोटा वे फ्रॉम गेटिंग more and more diluted as Toyota grows overseas. So they have made a part of their culture and a part of their strategy that they will not let the Toyota way be indigenized too much or be diluted too much. They will keep the Japanese values and Japanese culture inculcated in their company and in the way work is done and formalized in their organization, even if they are working in a totally different culture, let's say America. So the challenge is that Toyota is growing more quickly than the company's ability to transplant its culture to the foreign markets. So for that, they have established this Toyota Institute, in which what they do is that they carry out different trainings. We will discuss one example of this training, that when global managers are hired, an initial training of around a week is given to these global managers. This is a week-long program, a very intensive program in which the activities which are carried out in those one week, those are intense, and they depict the values and strategy of the Toyota culture. It is usually a 12 to 14 hours day. So the people who are involved in this training, they are actually immersed in this training process. It's not that you have just walked in, you have listened to a lecture and you have walked out of it. No. You are made a part of that culture, a part of that training program. You're made to live that, so that, you are transformed in that process of learning when you are actually living 12 to 14 hours a day in that intensive training program. And this is focused on inculcating the Toyota way. How do they inculcate their culture? First of all, opening lectures are given by presidents, past presidents, and top-level executives. They talk about their experiences. They talk about how they do their work. They talk about their achievements, what they have been able to do, the important tasks that they've been able to perform. And therefore, by listening to people in a particular way, you learn how you are going to do your own job. Then one of the values of Toyota is Genchi Genbutsu, and that is that stresses that production problems can only be analyzed from the production floor and not by sitting behind the desk. So it means that they try to inculcate this practice, this value, कि आपने अपने टेबल पे नहीं बैठे रहना. Even if अगर आप मैनेजर भी हैं, you must be there on the production floor. You must be involved in the production process. You must be aware of what is going on at the production floor. So you must be involved in the production process, and therefore this practice of Genshi Genbutsu is inculcated in the global managers. Then the practice of Kaizen, which means continuous improvement, that is inculcated. Interpersonal values, which includes complex problem solving and how they do it. Complex problem solving ko they divide complex problems into smaller set of solvable problems and do exercises about that. Then interpersonal values of mutual respect at the workplace. Japanese culture में mutual respect बहुत important है. आप दूसरे बंदे की डिसरिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर सकते, आप उसको ऊंची आवाज में उससे बात नहीं कर सकते, आप उसको किसी बुरे नाम से नहीं बुला सकते. तो आपने देखा होगा कि जापानीज जो हैं, दे आर ऑलवेज bowing in front of other people. It's not that they are groveling, it's just that they are showing respect. So mutual respect is very important in the Toyota organization. Then consensus building. They work with creating consensus. And then finally, understanding of Toyota's richly informative yet complex production charts, factory screens, and color-coded graphics. These are what we had just seen in the picture in which that person was working on that some chart on the production floor. So this is how the Toyota organization inculcates the values which are important for Toyota. They call it the Toyota way. They have established a Toyota Institute to make people learn those values. And that is how they are able to translate those values, the Toyota way, to the entire global network of their organization.